Quarterly's results announcements is still in full swing, and I believe if there's one word that can describe what we've observed based on, I think, at least 30 companies. Too busy to find stock ideas? Check out Fire Pro to shortcut your research time and effort by 90%. 10% off link in the comments and description is Forex loss. So, fast forward 2 months ago, many Malaysians were very happy that the ringgit dropped down to 4.2. Now it went up a little bit to 4.4, but in essence, it's still down from the all-time high of 4.8. Of course, we're very happy because we can travel more. Hopefully, that will reduce inflation, although I think it just reduced the pace of inflation. But a group that has been suffering from forex losses would be companies. Many companies that exports.
Yes.
So just to name a few, Petronas Chemical, I think the largest company that experienced this biggest decline. Number 2, FPI, Formosa Prosonic, a company that we've covered in our Fire Pro program. And then we have Me Technovation, which is tech related, and Kek Seng Malaysia. But you can see the latest quarterlies are all negative.
Yeah.
And in fact, I think DNO, if I recall, looking through the quarterlies, same thing. In fact, business was quite good for DNO, but the forex losses completely wiped out whatever gains they had.
So fun fact is that PChem, FPI, and also Me Technovation, this is the very first quarterly that they actually incur losses from their history or since the start of their listing. So yeah, this unexpected forex gain in Malaysia ringgit actually caught them off guard. And right now they are just incurring losses. So you can see the share price also went down a little bit. At least for Kek Seng, is still on the high. But if you look at FPI, you look at PChem, PChem is even worse. PChem is like back to COVID level, 2020, March 2020 share price. And then BTech also, whatever gain that they made, is going back down again. So yeah, so far the market doesn't like when companies incur losses, especially for their recent quarterlies, right? That's why they are dumping it. So yeah, this is basically a deadly effect when the ringgit strengthen. The consequence of us being happy as a Malaysian because we can buy more things, we can travel to other countries at a cheaper price, but at the expense, our listed companies are all facing a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and there will be an impact to the country because, now they have an excuse not to pay corporate taxes because they're losing money, or they can maybe write off a few things, whatever.
Yeah, and yeah, so what this means is also that potentially the government may not be able to collect some tax revenue from them because of these losses.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's all accounting.
It'd be worth doing a study one day that, let's say, if the ringgit goes to 3 to 1 with the US dollars, how will that impact profitability for the listed companies?
Yeah, but the case study over here already kind of like shows that.
Yes, I mean, it's a small sample size, but you can see.
Correct. But it's like almost every listed company that it has to do with export, they are all like reporting lower growth year on year in terms of profit. So yeah, you need to know that Malaysia, we are still a net exporting country. You can see that this is what are the products that we have been exporting: E&E, petroleum, palm oil, chemical. So basically almost every single sector that you can name off, we are exporting to other nations, which is why it's very important for our currency to be actually at a low price so that we can remain competitive and we can get more business. And yeah, we did a video on the ringgit will not strengthen further. And there's a lot of interesting comments that they say that, ringgit, 3 ringgit, 1 USD can
people say we'll
ringgit.
see,
Yeah, we'll see. Or like 2 ringgit equals to 1 SGD. All these kind of things. But yeah, so we did mention in the video, we did say that Malaysia is still a commodity dependent nation. We still rely on our oil and gas. We still rely on our palm oil. Still rely on our rubber gloves, all those kind of things that is keeping our country running. So what this means is that we cannot run away from export anytime soon unless we start to develop our nations in terms of their service provided. So let's say our tech becoming more advanced and we can actually help the US or whoever which is in the top value chain, and yeah, we can provide a better service for them. But that is still going to be like a decades kind of like a goal. So it's not going to be so soon for us to be a developed nation. And which is also why we say that why our ringgit kind of strengthened. So I did ChatGPT, kind of like the pros and cons of strengthening currency as an exporting country, right? So the benefits of it is that obviously companies who can buy a lower import cost because our ringgit is just more stronger, and then we reduce foreign debt burden. It also enhance purchasing power. I think this one is the what the Riot loves the most. But the consequences is that we would be reducing our own export competitiveness, which means other countries can actually sell more. Trade imbalances and also some foreign
There's
investment
also a
decline.
bit of a lag. So, for example, if the currency strengthen, then the pricing and everything will start to change more, right?
Yes.
Immediately. But let's say even if you were to be able to source good or imports overseas that are cheaper, you still have to buy them, and then you have to store them as inventory and then wait to sell them. So there's a lag in terms of the impact. We could see this happening in the next quarter or two, where the goods that they sell now was based on cheaper inventories that was bought when the cost was lower thanks to the ringgit strengthening.
Yes.
But there's a lag, whereas as far as the revenue is concerned and all of that, it's direct impact much faster
And
compared to
also
cost.
companies that do hedging a lot also,
There-
where they
yeah,
like
yeah,
store
that's
currency.
right, yeah.
That's why they are getting a forex losses. So yeah, that's about it. And the takeaway is that basically the ringgit strengthening will affect every single exporting companies in Malaysia, and that is like a huge chunk in the listed companies in
big,
Malaysia.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we only like touched the surface, and not all the quarterlies are out yet. I think more than half are not really out yet.
Right now it's
Oh,
like
about that,
250, so maybe another
so
80%.
only a quarter is
Yeah.
out, right? So or fifth, right? So yeah, there's a long way to go.
Yes. But the good thing is that this is just going to be a once-off. I mean, you can see that the currency is really strengthening up. So most likely next quarter will be.
Well, to be clear, it's going to be a once-off based on the high, but then the levels might still be this.
Correct.
Because the currency doesn't change.
Yeah, but definitely there will be some improvement as compared to like the preceding quarter, which is this quarter.
Yeah. Hopefully with the cost.
Yeah, exactly. But the last question is that, so would you want the ringgit to be up or down? So I think if you are an investor, you definitely want the ringgit to be down. You want it to be undervalued as long as possible, because that's how they can get businesses and that's how they can drive profit.
You want it to be down if you don't have to report your returns in US dollars.
Yes.
Yeah, if you don't have to.
Correct.
So if you if you're just investing, or if you're a business owner, right, you just invest like that, you don't really have investors to talk to, then
yeah, exactly. But if you are a Malaysian business that is inside Malaysia and you trade using ringgit, right, I think you'll be happy because obviously your cost of goods sold is getting cheaper. But as a Malaysian as a whole, I think you definitely want ringgit to be up. So there's like different party have like different kind of.
It's all trade-offs, right? There's no perfect solution. I mean, literally perfection would be, Malaysian ringgit goes up, but then it doesn't affect the sales of companies, right? But that's like almost impossible.
Yes, exactly.
Too busy to find stock ideas? Check out Fire Pro to shortcut your research time and effort by 90%. 10% off link in the comments and description.
So yeah, that's about it. And we hope you enjoyed today's very short ringgit video.
Yeah,
and
but I thought we wanted to share with you a very big insight and gatherings that we had just over the past week.
Yes, and if you want to know what companies that we have been eyeing on inside our Fire Pro program, you can check it out, because that's where we actually write our write-ups. We also do some of these exclusive meetings with management that may not be accessible to the public. So if you want to get access to all of these meeting notes, you also want to know our foreign write-ups. We also do some foreign companies. You can check it out in Fire Pro, and this is the performance so far. You should be seeing foreign portfolios returns soon when the November returns are out. I haven't really checked it out yet, but we know that the boring portfolio, which is the dividend, if you guys are conservative and you like dividends, that one is actually up like 10%.
Yeah, I mean, this is a reference portfolio for those of you all who don't know how to build a portfolio, or you've started but you've made a few mistakes and you're not quite sure where you're headed. This is the reference portfolio for you to build something more systematic. And of course, if you want to get a sense of what's inside these write-ups, see how we write it, see how short and sweet they are, go check out our free sample. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.